Hi, it's Hillary Opheim. I'm here at my studio, WA Pilates in Houston, and I thought I would talk a little bit today about maintaining clients. It seems to be a question that comes up a lot when I start with the teacher training classes. I have actually the very first client I ever got, still with me, over 25 years now, and she's still challenged and she's still learning, and it doesn't become this boring, routine thing for her. And that's what you want with your clients. You want them to keep coming, keep growing, keep being challenged, and seeing how Pilates affects them, not only in here in the studio with you, but out there in the real world. The best compliment I ever got from a client, he's a plastic surgeon, doctor, and he realized one day after doing Pilates for maybe 6 months that he was pouring his coffee different. And he realized, even in surgery, that he tended to be up into here and doing his work, and he realized when he was pouring his coffee that he was using his shoulders in a correct manner, and he knew it was from here. So I always have like a little checklist on how to maintain clients, or what I have found works for me. So when you first get a client, it's kind of like your first date. You want to get them in, help them to understand all this apparatus and what they're being asked to do, because it really is something, if they've never done Pilates before, totally off the wall for them. Especially when you look at the apparatus. It's so bizarre to them. So you want them to understand that this is going to take a while, that this is not something that right off the bat they're going to understand and be able to do, boom, that it's really geared towards them and what they need and their goals and how they need to be challenged and what works for their body, and how we can get their individual body to move in a more functional manner. So usually when they come in, I keep it pretty basic. You don't want to throw something at them that just makes them feel lost and like they failed. That doesn't mean to say that a new client can't do something that's more challenging and difficult, but I always make sure that they can, that on some level they accomplish something, that when they leave, they feel like, oh my God, I did that. And that's what you want. You also want them to understand that what they do in here isn't just a workout, that it's going to affect them out in the real world forever. And that's what you want, to make them understand that you will be able to be 80 years old, picking up your grandchildren, playing golf, running, doing things that maybe might not happen if you weren't, or if they were doing other things like CrossFit, things like that, how this will help them stay safe. So let's say you get them and they're all happy. You want them to understand that this is a journey, that everything builds up to something, and that they will create their own journey and their own path. One thing I like to do is I touch base with my clients the day before they come. It kind of takes a little bit of the workout in terms of also that awkward, you owe money, your sessions start, I need you to pay me. That can be kind of awkward for people. So also that 24-hour cancellation that the majority of us all use, that takes that off the table because you're giving them that option. So my clients know that the day before they come, they're coming on a Tuesday, they know Monday morning, before 7 or 7 to 7:30, they're going to get a text. They know this. If I forget, which is rare, but if I do, I will get a text later in the afternoon going, are we meeting? Because I didn't hear from you. So they're used to it. They understand and they appreciate it. So I text them in the morning and I say, hey, how you feeling for your Pilates session tomorrow? Everything good? If they do owe money, if their sessions start, that's when I say, oh, and by the way, your sessions start tomorrow. And then they know. They come prepared. They've got their check, their credit card, whatever. And I don't have to deal with that. And there's no awkward. Also, it gives them the option of that under 24, or over 24, sorry, over 24, of saying, oh, you know what, I can't make it. I'm not feeling well, whatever it is. So once they say, yeah, I'm great, then if they cancel after that, well, we were confirmed 24 hours. I set that boundary really early, the minute, because if you don't, you're going to lose them, and they're going to take advantage. And this is our job, and so you should get compensated for that. Another thing that I think is important is positivity. My clients always joke that at the end of the session, I always say, great job, good job, you did so great. But they did. They came, they tried, they did what they could do, they listened, they were focused. So yes, they did a great job. I also don't use the word don't when training them. You want to make them feel like they're accomplishing, that they're doing good. I don't want to hear my clients say, oh, but my teaser, it wasn't good. It didn't look like this. It was bad. My legs were here. No, I want them to realize, oh my gosh, look at my teaser. Because their teaser is different than my teaser, different than your teaser. So I want them to feel that they did a good job. So no matter what they do, I'm never telling them how I want it to look. They know what a teaser is. They know what their teaser is, their swan, whatever it is, and they do what they can do that day. Also, you're kind of seeing how they move, so I might think, today this is not going to happen, or it's not going to go well for them, so maybe we'll not do this today. Or they need this, so we'll do this. But they feel accomplished. I also, at the end of my sessions, and for those that have trained with me or gone through my training know this, and I learned it actually from my mother, who had been in a car accident when I was a child, really bad car accident, was thrown from a horse. So she had really bad arthritis, or does, in her neck and back and all this. So she would bribe me as a child to rub her back. And we were only allowed a couple of hours a week of TV when we were kids. So she would bribe me of, I'll let you watch TV while you rub my back. So I got really good at it. And so my clients now benefit from that. So at the end of their session, whatever we end with, usually something challenging, or maybe just kind of going back and seeing how things went as we work with something on the reformer or the mat. But they get a little back massage. And I have clients that if they have to leave early for some reason, a doctor appointment or something's come up, they will say, I have to leave early, but I want my back rubbed. So I swear that that's why they come back. I just rub their back and just on the shoulders, a little bit up and down. A lot of the teacher trainers that come through end up doing it as well. It's a good way to close. It's not intimate, it's just kind of on the shoulders, going up and down the back. They're just sitting there. So that's always a good thing to add in. Another thing is sometimes you feel maybe if they've been coming a while, or you feel like, oh, they need to do fancy stuff, or they're getting bored, or whatever it is. It's fine to focus. Maybe something that week, how something ties together, like the 100, and maybe using the 100 throughout your whole work, meaning remember the 100, let's try to focus on this from that, or breath, or length, or reach, or push or pull, something for them to have a focus throughout the whole work, whatever that may be. And that can change the work for them in a different way. It gives them something else to connect with. But there's no reason for them to get bored if you're digging a little deeper with them, in partnership with them. So I think for me, to maintain your clients, and I've had clients with me for over 25 years, some for 10, a while. I won't tell how long, most. But anyway, is that connection the day before, that texting, that communication. When they come in, I don't ask them how they feel, because I asked them the day before. So if something's hurting them, or they let me know, I'm not going to bring it up when they come back in. I already know about it. It's in my thought process with their with their session, but I don't want to bring them into that moment. So when they come in, I'm like, hey, let's get started. It's always a positive. It's never like, oh, I know your back is hurting, so let's, no. No, it's, hey, how are you? Let's go, blah, blah, blah. No answer. It's just, let's move. And just keeping that positivity going, keeping them focused, not letting them drag into what's going on in the outside world or all the traffic or trouble parking or whatever it is. It's you're here, let's go. It's a good, positive thing. You're in this moment, the outside world is gone. Letting them know when they leave, hey, you did a great job. They've got their back massage, all these little things. So those are kind of a few little key how to maintain clients that I use in terms of making sure they're happy, making sure they're challenged, and keeping them coming. I don't want the clients to come in and feel like they're a number. I don't want them to think that there's some replacement out there for what they do in here. I want them to think this is a journey that is for life, that they are here every week until they cannot physically be here anymore. Because no matter how long they've been coming, their path changes, their journey changes, their challenges change, because your body changes, and it's different on a daily basis, much less every year. So they understand this, and they know this, and that's what keeps them coming. And so these are just a few of my tips, and I don't know if they'll help you. Maybe you use some already, or maybe you have ones that you use, and I'd love to hear. So please email me, hillary@hillaryopheim.com. I'd love to hear. Or if you have ones that work for you, I'd love to hear them as well. Okay, well anyway, thanks and have a great day.